Ladies and gentlemen, we are less than an hour away from the biggest independent wrestling show of the year. I'm talking about Mecca 7. Welcome to the Mecca 7 pre-show. I'm the Dave Difference. Oh, what a difference a Dave makes, along with the Vegas Bad Boys of Podcasting, Matt Michael. Matt, how you feeling about this one?
You know, we're at the point in winter where a groundhog has just popped up. The Valentine sweets are just around the corner. And packaged right nicely in the middle is the grandest show for FSW, the Mecca of independent wrestling, Mecca 7.
There we talk about Mecca 7, brought to you by FSW and Super Heel Production. This is a huge one, ladies and gentlemen. It has been over a year since the last Mecca. COVID shut it down. We weren't able to continue the reign of the Mecca shows, and here we are now. But tonight is huge because it's a homecoming. For many reasons. Number one, we're back tonight. We're here. People are filing in now to the Silver Nugget. This is where it all began for FSW.
You know, it's really nice to see that a classic spot in Vegas will open its doors, bring back the once family that was there in FSW wrestling, and give an opportunity for now new stars to make new impressions and for some veteran stars to come back and show they still have it almost 12 years later.
Right, definitely. I know that FSW fam is excited about this one. Just a little personal history. The first time I came to a FSW show with my son was here at the Silver Nugget. So I'm excited to be back and be a part of this show. And not only is it a homecoming because we're coming home here, more like a home killing. You know who's here tonight. We're talking about Killer Kross in his return to the wrestling scene, and he brought Scarlett Bordeaux with him.
You know, just mentioning his name, David, has me a little jumpy. We encountered Mr. Kross on the DeFalco files just last week, and I don't know. I don't know if he is unhinged. I don't know if he's in the right mind state, but I'm afraid for myself, and I'm nowhere near the ring. So
I fear for your life tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, action-packed night. It's going down $14.99 live on FITE TV. You still got time to order. You still got time to get on down here and be a part of this action. The crowd is filing in. It is wild. It is getting live. And don't forget, if you're watching on FITE TV, we got WWE legend D'Lo Brown on commentary.
That's right. It doesn't get better than the current Impact man in D'Lo Brown, who really adds a lot to the show with his knowledge. And, you know, I tell you, it's just a sweet listen. You got Jake, you got D'Lo Brown, and, man, it's going to be one hell of a show.
Definitely going to be a beautiful thing. Mecca, the biggest show in independent wrestling history. Mecca 7. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Mecca 7 pre-show live down here at the Silver Nugget. We are less than an hour away. So many matches tonight, and one that I'm looking forward to, I'm also very worried about, is we're talking about the FSW Women's Champion, Sandra Moon, taking on the father of filth, Funny Bone.
The demigod of death. And I don't know what the hell Sandra Moon is thinking, because this is going to be, well, it's a thing nightmares are made of.
Oh, I do agree with that. And you want a nightmare? Let's hear what Funny Bone had to say earlier.
Sandra Moon, yeah, I've been thinking for about a week now of why the fuck you would sign up to wrestle a motherfucker like me. And I think I came to a conclusion. That's you want to test yourself. You want to see where you're at. But here's the thing, Sandra, let's not kid ourselves, not even one fucking bit. You're not on my fucking level. Not even fucking close, and that's just fine. You want to see where you're at, that's just fine. Just as long as you know coming into this, you're not on my fucking level. I don't care if you're the women's champ. I don't care where you go to. I don't care where you fly to. I don't care how many companies you work for. I don't give a shit. Not on my level. So you bring your fucking A game. You know what? Let me fix that. You better bring something better than your motherfucking A game. If the best you got is what I've seen, you're fucked for that night. You're leaving in a goddamn body bag. You better step the fuck up or sit the fuck down, Sandra Moon. Do you understand me? You have one fucking shot. One, to show these motherfuckers what you're all about. And if you don't bring something special that night, if you don't bring something extra that night, I'll bury you where you fucking stand. I am the father of filth. I'm the original nightmare. I'm your demigod of death. But everyone is my name, and I come for your soul.
I have got to tell you, I'm worried about this one. I'm shaking after seeing that one, and I'm a little bit worried for Sandra Moon. I wish her the best, but I am definitely worried about this one.
You know, I think he hit it on the head there with a body bag, because this very well could be the last time you see Sandra Moon in an FSW ring, because I don't know if she'll ever get out of the hospital.
That sounds like you're looking forward to that being a thing. I don't understand, number one, who booked this match, why they booked this match, but I have to commend Sandra for taking this match. I don't understand the full reason. I mean, I don't know if she, you want to prove yourself as a champion, but this ain't the way to go. I mean, it's funny bone. Come on.
David, you got to understand one thing, and that is when you are a passionate wrestler, when you are someone who has the eyes and ears of that young crowd, those impressionable young women out there, you got to show them that you're going to try to reach that mountaintop, but sometimes a demigod of death is going to chop you right back down.
Look, this one is not going to be for the faint of heart. You seem way too happy about this. And I'm just telling you, earlier this week on Twitter, Funny Bone talked about intergender match doesn't matter. He's an equal opportunity ass whooper. And I have a little fear here for Sandra Moon. We haven't had a chance to talk to her. I want to know what her mind state is right now. And hopefully she gets through this one. But imagine she pulls out the victory and shows us something, digs down deep. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how this one's going to turn out. Sandra Moon, FSW Women's Champion. Funny Bone, the father of filth. Speaking of father of filth, this tablecloth, man, is definitely a thing. Ladies and gentlemen, $14.99 on FITE TV. It's coming up in just a matter of minutes. Mecca 7. I'm excited. I know you're excited at home. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back.
Who the hell?
Since the beginning of time, it has often been debated who is the greatest faction in professional wrestling history. Today, we end the debate, because without a shadow of a doubt, the greatest faction in professional wrestling history is you, the FSW fans. Nah, scratch that. The fam. For 12 plus years, you guys have showed up and showed out. And on behalf of everybody at FSW, we'd like to say thank you and welcome to the fam.
I'd like to propose a toast to my family.
Welcome back, FSW fam. This is not a universe, all right? As you see there, we got the merch, brand new merch. It's available at the merch stand. On sale, limited quantity today. But if you want to be a member of the fam, stop on by and pick up your merch today.
It's definitely worth it. And if you're watching at home, remember, FITE TV, $14.99. You can catch out all the action right now coming down at the Mecca 7.
Definitely. Mecca 7, it is a huge event, the biggest event in independent wrestling history. And tonight is a homecoming of many sorts. And we have Remy Marcel coming up, right? The Nevada State champion, taking on
Sweet Willie Mack, baby. Sweet Willie Mack.
Willie Mack is back. Last time we saw him was at the last FSW Mecca.
He goes back to the last Mecca where he defeated FITE. So, excuse me, Solo. Solo now.
Yes, formerly known as.
Yes. But Willie brings just so much energy. He brings a very interesting scenario to this match, being that Remy is such a fan favorite of the FSW crowd. But Willie Mack is just wrestling's universally loved persona, man.
Well, not just universally. You got to look at both these competitors have performed in this venue. Like, this is homecoming for both of them. The FSW fam, they love Remy Marcel. Definitely most people out there are Remy Marcel guys, right? But Willie Mack is a legend here in this business. He's a legend here in this company, and I think a lot of people are looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to this match. I'm excited to have him back, and definitely looking forward to that. What else do we have coming up?
And we got Kenny King, another FSW original.
Right.
He is going to be tasked with taking on MK Army's very own Sam Adonis. And I'll tell you right now, Sam Adonis is no pushover.
Well, definitely no pushover, and with MK in the building, I know that Kenny King's going to have his hands full, but again, this is going to be an exciting match. Adonis has been here a couple times at FSW. We've seen him perform. He definitely has impressed me, but we know what Kenny King brings to the table.
All I can say is be on the lookout for Sam Adonis to make Kenny King, I don't know, just like ROH, out of business after this match.
All I can say is look out for MK because he finds ways to worm his way in there. That's all I'm saying. $14.99, FITE TV. It is going down. All the big matches. You do not want to miss this. We got D'Lo Brown on commentary. And don't forget the main event. Killer Kross returns to Las Vegas. And he's brought Scarlett Bordeaux with him. And we'll be right back. Is that all right?
I am Matt Michaels here with the Vegas Bad Boys of Podcasting, and I am with Joe DeFalco, the owner and creator of FSW, Future Stars of Wrestling. And you can catch Joe and myself on the DeFalco Files. Joe, what has it been like getting out all the stories from the years that you've been doing this?
You know, it's been a lot of fun, and I'm always been a very honest person, so I know a lot of the guys like to hear what I might be thinking, you know, moving forward and doing stuff, because I'm going to be 100% honest, the things that I like, things I don't like, and what we're trying to do moving forward. You know, we have a great company, and I really like once a week going out there and talking a lot more than people probably want to hear.
Well, it's a pleasure having you on every week, and everyone can tune into the DeFalco Files on the FSW Network, on the Vegas Bad Boys podcast, on the podcast apps, all available podcast apps, and on YouTube as well. And we're happy that everyone joins us every Wednesday for the DeFalco Files. Joe, I can't wait to have another 60-plus episodes.
We are looking forward to it, and I'll see you next week.
There you have it, Vegas Bad Boys of Podcasting, man. Very impressive stuff there. I just got through watching your interview on this week's episode with Killer Kross, man. Looks like you shit yourself.
You know, it was one of the most intimidating things I've ever done in my life.
I could tell.
And hopefully Mr. Kross is kind, and if he does see me, he doesn't, quote, break my fucking jaw.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully something happens. There's an interaction. I'm excited about that. But we got a special guest coming up. We're talking about a fatal four-way tonight, right? Before these four competitors, we are talking about the No Limits champion, FSW, Jay Vidal.
Right.
Casey Navarro. He has been here a couple times.
He has. He wrestled Chris Bay, as a matter of fact.
Okay, very impressive. And TJP, and our guest at this time, Damian Drake. Damian, come on in. Give it up. Come on.
Come on, man. Come on. All right. Fellas, how are you?
Doing good, man. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. So tonight we are talking about the Fatal 4-Way. The competitors in this one, if you break it down real quick.
Well, you know, first of all, you got Casey Navarro, who is a rising talent, and especially the East Coast knows him very well. The West Coast is just getting to know him, and he is amazing. He's fast, he's quick. But we also have TJP, a very accomplished superstar, and we can legitimately use that title for him. But also the darling of FSW currently, the No Limits champion, Jay Vidal. And man, Damian Drake, it's got to hurt a little bit that Jay Vidal is getting all the love, and you've got maybe not as much love and definitely not as much gold.
Well, I mean, Matt,
Disagree.
clearly you don't really listen to the fans like everybody else does. I mean, just like Jay, it may not be as loud, but it's probably almost on the same level as loud as when I come out through that curtain and you hear the fans scream. I don't know, maybe you got to turn up the volume on your TV a little bit more, buddy.
Yeah, this guy's still shook from that cross interview. But look, Fatal
It's
4-Way.
cross on my speed dial.
Fatal 4-Way coming up. I know you're getting ready for this one, but it seems like a match that's right up your alley. What is your strategy going into a match like this? You got 4 competitors. It's going to be fast-paced. There's going to be a lot going on. What is your strategy going into this?
Well, it's like with every other match. You got to be up on your toes. You know, you do one miscalculation, and it could go all to hell right there. TJP, I know very well. He was my very first tag partner when I first got in.
Okay.
Always been wanting a one-on-one, so hopefully this leads somewhere to that. Jay Vidal, I've known very well. I've been in the ring with him in and out. I was one of his first opponents here when he came to Vegas. Casey Navarro, I don't know. Definitely the wild card for me, but I'm definitely gonna keep my eyes on him. That's for sure.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to this one. Now, you are a homegrown talent here. FSW is your home.
Born and raised.
Have you performed in this venue yet?
I have not. I've actually been a spectator as a fan at the Silver Nugget.
Okay.
One of my very first shows at FSW was at the Silver Nugget. So it's a little weird and different watching, and now I get to perform in the building that I went to as a fan for the first time for FSW. So I'm very excited. It's definitely going to be a little bit of a new area for me, so can't wait to see what that's going to be like.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely excited to be here. And like I said, the first time I saw an FSW show was here in the building. But tell me this. Tonight, the No Limits title is not on the line. Does that make this match any less important? And also, is that in your future plans to maybe take that title?
Well, I mean, nothing's ever off the books, in my opinion. Whether it's for the title or whether it's not for the title, every match to me is important. And I want you guys to know, and I want you guys watching this right now, 2022 is a new beginning for me. It is a new beginning for Damian Drake. I can't tell you what the future looks like, but I guarantee you're going to be surprised.
Definitely. You had a tremendous year last year. I mean, a lot of ups and downs as far as through the matches, but also emotionally with dealing with Vandergriff, who he's here tonight as well. And we wish everybody the best of luck. But I wish you the best of luck. Do you have anything you want to say before? I know you got to get ready for this one. You're pretty quiet.
I'm just
ahead,
taking
dude. Do you
into
have any-
consideration
I want
things.
to know why Matt's a little quiet. You're very talkative with everybody else. Why are you so quiet this time around?
Because you just put your body through hell in an Iron Man match. 1 hour of pure angst and hell against your former best friend. And yes, you ended up winning. And yes, it was because you got very lucky, a very lucky pin right at the last second before the new year. But now you're turning a page. And the first thing I see you doing is going against a seasoned pro, a current champ, and a guy you have no clue about. Is this the right thing for you to do right now?
This guy. This guy.
You got me thinking a lot there, Matt.
He sounds worried. I mean,
It does sound worried.
Yeah.
But look, yes, I closed the year off with a very emotional page in my life. Chapter, if you will say.
definitely.
And yes, it may seem a little strange going into this next chapter in my life, starting it off with a fatal 4-way for the No Limits title. But, like I've said before, and I will say it one last time, every match to me is important going into this year. And whether it's one person, 2, 3, 4, hell, even 8 people, whether I'm on my back or I'm standing tall, you will know who I am by the end of the night.
Definitely. And if you are out there, you still have time to order $14.99 FITE TV. It's going down in less than an hour. Damian Drake, I want to thank you again and wish you the best of luck tonight.
Well, thank you guys.
Yeah, be a gentleman.
No, I appreciate it. It just seems like you're a little bit worried because you can't even get the match straight.
I'm worried. You're the
Yeah,
one that sounds
it's not
more worried
for
than
the
me.
championship there, buddy. Are they already in your
Does
heads?
it have to be for the championship?
I think every match you fight as if it was. So, I mean, he's a winner. That's what he does. Best of luck tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. You always got to stir the pot, man. We bring guests on their guests. You treat guests, not like an asshole.
I'm sorry.
There you go. We asked you to go and subscribe to the FSW network, but tonight we are live on FITE TV. It's $14.99, Mecca 7. We are just minutes away from showtime. The biggest independent show in wrestling history is going down tonight at the Silver Nugget here in Las Vegas. Still time to get down here and get your tickets. But let's talk about this match coming up. We have Chris Bay taking on Matt Vandergriff.
Absolutely. And excuse me, sir. Hey,
Hands off me, man.
sir. Let him go. Let him go.
No. Hang on. Security.
Oh, I'm feeling good.
No. What?
Dave the difference.
Hey.
Dave the difference. I figured I'd come by.
Joey, what's going on, man?
Joey, who is Joey?
Jesus Christ.
I brought a bottle of champagne.
What is he doing here? What are you doing here?
Woo! I came to check out the Future Shock. FSW Future Shock.
This is Mecca 7. The big
Mecca?
Yeah, you're not on the card. The biggest show in independent wrestling. He's not on the card. Makes sense.
Well,
It's
Dave,
not Future
Dave,
Show.
This is the biggest show in independent wrestling, and
And you
I
have the
felt-
biggest star in independent wrestling sitting directly to your left. Now show some respect and shut up and stare. Woo! Feeling good. Ah!
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, as I was saying, coming up tonight, we got
Give me a glass.
Matt Vandergriff taking on Chris Bay, two local favorites here, also known throughout the U.S. And I'm looking forward to this one. Now, Matt Vandergriff, Las Vegas local. He is now in Florida. He told me, we had a personal talk after, Jesus Christ, we had a personal
Give
talk.
me that belt.
And he said, there's not enough competition here in Vegas. He said he'll only come back for the big shows, and this is the big show, Mecca 7. You're ruining my set. What do you think about this match?
Well, I would like to defer myself to Mr. Brett the Threat.
Ask me. Ask me.
Ask him, sir.
We got a match tonight. Matt Vandergriff taking on Chris Bay. Have you faced either of these competitors?
You know, I've never been in the ring with Matt Vandergriff or Chris Bay, but eventually, the ultimate finesse will meet the ultimate feel so good player.
And I gotta say, we might see Chris Bay eventually taking that match once he maybe gets out of the hospital bed, because Matt Vandergriff is a dangerous man now.
Here's the deal about Matt Vandergriff. He can flip and flop all across the ring, and he's the reason Damian Drake is on match 2 at Mecca. Because Matt Vandergriff whooped Damian Drake's ass all around the ring for not 1, not 2, but 3 matches in a row. So he's a force to be reckoned with. And Chris Bay, like I said, all he needs is one shot. And if he clips you, you might go down. And I'm sure he's got some very heavy hands. But I see Matt Vandergriff taking the dub.
Well, there you have it, Matt Vandergriff. I'm a huge fan of Vandergriff, but we're talking about Chris Bay here. And I think that for the fans out there, you are in for one hell of a match because these two pull out all the stops. When you go to the FSW training facility and you want to see who's there when everybody else is gone, it was these two people, right? So tonight they go one-on-one, mano-a-mano in the middle of the ring.
That did not take anything away from Chris Bay. He is an Impact Wrestling megastar.
Definitely.
But, you know, sometimes you just got to see where things are falling. And right now, I think Mr. Brett the Fighter is right, and I think Chris Bay is vulnerable in this match.
Well,
He's vulnerable because just like he says, all he needs is one shot. But when he gets clipped with one shot, he goes down for the one time. So like I said, Matt Vandegrift is going to get the dub.
so tell me this. You bring this guy in. Does he need a mic because he's just yelling? And
Not yelling, I'm talking.
He's got to clean up the damn audio. Like, you're just creating more.
Here's the
work.
deal, Dave. I came to this show because I was tired. People are tired of hearing low monotone people like you and Damian Drake. Nobody wants to hear what these guys have to say. They all want to hear what the threat has to say. You hear me? You hear me, guys like Damian Drake talking? I'm going to do really well. I promise. I will not lay flat on my. Shut your mouth, you bitch! Shut your mouth!
$14.99 Fight TV. It's coming up tonight. We're gonna see
My belt.
Matt Vandegrift taking on Chris Bay. I'm excited about this one. I know you are at home. Please, security, can we? I don't care what you did. Security, can you come get this guy? We'll be right back. We'll be right back. Let's go. Joey, hit the.
I'll slap the head of security and all the rest of his members with him.
Welcome back, FSW fan, to the Mecca pre-show. Mecca, I'm flustered, man. Let's talk about this championship match coming up tonight. Like, this is a big one. We got Hammerstone,
Yes.
right, taking on Davey Richards, taking on the Swolverine Brian Cage. I mean, this is going to be a big one. Battle of the big boys. Now, you got MMA background, right? Tell me a little bit going into this. What are your thoughts on Davey Richards going
Get
into
that
this?
camera on me. Get the camera off that guy. You said what?
Thoughts on Davey Richards going into this one? You have kind of a similar background in martial arts there, MMA.
Yeah, and here's the deal. Brian Cage and Hammerstone. And I've been in the ring with Hammerstone. I was actually the guy to make Hammerstone tap out, but the ref never seen it.
You got your ass knocked out.
So here's the deal. To those two guys, I say this. It don't matter how much muscle you have. Yeah, you guys are big guys. Yeah, if you get a hold of someone, you're going to throw them across the ring. But it don't matter about your muscles and biceps because one double leg from Davey Richards and the match can be done.
Right. You're still living in the past with that Hammerstone loss that you had.
Okay.
I think your time's up here.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
Is that Rocky?
Rocky who?
Rocky T. He whooped your ass too. Please, can you get him out of here?
He's walking! He's walking! It's a miracle! He's walking! He's walking! I was the guy that leg kicked him and brought this whole company down! I own this company! They call it Brett SW! Get your hands off me, you bitch! Get your hands off me! I'll slap you in your teeth! Get your hands off me!
Sure you won't.
Me my bottle of champagne, because this belt will come to me soon! Woo! I'll be feeling good!
I don't know, man. I don't.
Chris Bay,
Hey,
you know what's up?
can you bail already?
I appreciate you getting him out of here.
man, that's just
maybe
too
maybe
much.
you'll get a refund for some of that what you paid him. But look, let's get back to it. Thank you.
Hey,
Thank
man,
you.
no
It's good
problem.
to see you.
It's good to
Rocky
see you,
T,
man.
ladies and gentlemen, owner FSW here in the building. Sorry we got rid of your guy, but we were talking about the main event. We got Hammerstone taking on Brian Cage, taking on Davey Richards. Three-way for the FSW Heavyweight Championship. What are your thoughts on this one?
I mean, I'll tell you what. Any one of these three guys could take this match. You know, I mean, three, like you said, three giants, man. Three guys that really know how to wrestle in that ring.
Definitely.
So it's anybody's match, you know. I mean, if I had to put my money on somebody, geez, I think I'd go broke because I'd have to put money on all three of them because really it's going to be that kind of a match.
Yeah, definitely.
Let me ask you, Rocky, though, being someone who works out like you do and knowing Cage and Hammerstone's aficionadoship of working out, does that put them in an advantage or disadvantage against a shooter like Davey Richards?
You know, Davey Rich is a hell of a wrestler. I mean, I don't think it puts him at a disadvantage. I don't think it puts him at an advantage. I think these guys are equal when it comes to wrestling. I mean, they're all a little bit different in the way they go about things in the middle of that ring. And I got to tell you, I'm excited. I'm really excited for this match. You know, I'm looking forward to it.
And don't forget, too, Hammerstone and Brian Cage tore the roof off the place at No Escape. So I think the fans are up for this, and you add that third element in, and Davey Richards, it just becomes this potential masterpiece that I think everyone can agree $14.99 on FITE TV is definitely worth it.
Definitely. I agree with that. When you talk about masterpiece, I definitely agree with that. I'm an FSW guy. I'm looking forward to Hammerstone retaining and bringing it back home and doing what he does. But $14.99 FITE TV, we are moments away. People are still filing in. Is that who? Is that Chief? What's up, Chief?
Well, Chief. You know.
Good to see you. Good to see you. We are moments away. We'll be right back.
Set him free.
Why did you wait so long?
I didn't have the skill to resurrect him, to teach myself. That took time. He was just a man. Like me. Didn't know. He's not.
What is he then?
Maybe he'll show you. Touch the darkness. He's been waiting for you.
Something inside you dies. Something else will come and take its place. And sometimes you have to go back to where you came from to find out what you really are. It's almost time. You know what I believe in? I believe in the end.
Do you worship a monster? Will you come on your knees? Yes. Be ready.
And the end is coming.
We are back. Mecca 7 pre-show brought to you by the Vegas Bad Boys of Podcasting. I want to say it was an honor, man, but we are not done. We're talking about the main event, the biggest homecoming, or home killing, should I say. Killer Kross is back in Las Vegas, back at FSW, and I'm excited for this one.
You know, it was back in 2020 at No Escape that Killer Kross had his farewell match before leaving for a certain company up in Stamford, New York. Now he comes back with an opportunity to reinvent himself, and so far, it really has me on edge.
Yeah, well, I can tell you the energy in the arena tonight is electric. Like you said, it has been months, years since we've seen Kross here. Last time we saw him in FSW competition was against Funny Bone in a steel cage match. Some say the greatest match in FSW history. It was definitely one to see, but I know everybody's excited about what's happening tonight. I know that we've watched his journey, seen him, and we could not wait for the moment that he came back. And tonight's the night as he takes on Jacob Fatu, who is no slouch.
Yeah, I mean, we can't talk about Killer Kross in this match without talking about Jacob Fatu, and he is part of the dynasty. You know, and we know the dynasty very well, having had Sefa Fatu here in FSW. So to have Jacob come in, the former MLW heavyweight champion, who, by the way, actually lost that title to the current FSW champion, Hammerstone. So there's a little history there. It's going to be interesting to see. Jacob Fatu is a monster. And if there's anyone that can potentially throw a roadblock in Jacob's way, it might be Cross.
Well, definitely the Cross that we all know and love. I think he's the guy to do that. I've done my homework on Jacob Fatu. I know he's a monster. I know he's no slouch. I know Killer Cross has his work cut out for him tonight. He's coming in tonight. He's got Scarlett with him. What is his mindset like? Obviously, this is his first match back since leaving the asylum, and he is here now. What is his match? I got some insight when I watched the interview on the podcast, man. He looks a little unhinged.
Very unhinged. And that is very scary. And Jacob Fatu is not a person who comes down with a demeanor of, hello, it's nice to see you either. So you're going to have two bulls just going at it. And I'll tell you, right now, for me, if Kevin Cross doesn't have to wear a meat helmet down to the ringside, then I think he's already won.
Right. Well, speaking of meat helmets, man, I don't even know what that is, but I understand what you're saying. I'm excited about this match. I know the FSW fam is excited about this match. We saw the first match that he had here at FSW. We saw the last match he had at FSW, and tonight the excitement is electric as Killer Cross has returned. Tick tock, Killer Cross is home.
How are we doing, Las Vegas? Hey guys, I'm your ring announcer Melissa Santos for the night. I'm excited to see you guys here. Hey, what's up guys? For those of you streaming from home, are we excited for some wrestling? This is some see. You guys ready for the pre-show? Let's get it going, pre-show. Let's go. The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Las Vegas, Nevada, Doomsday.
Well, hello everyone and welcome to the FSW Mecca 7 Doomsday pregame event. We will be going live on FITE TV for our pay-per-view event in just a few minutes. I am Jake Black, joined by wrestling luminary D'Lo Brown, and we are going to kick things off tonight with singles competition.
Jay, it's great here to be here with you tonight. I can't believe this atmosphere, everything that's going on. Look at this building. Everyone is at a fever pitch, and they're waiting for Mecca to start.
Yeah, we will be going live on FITE TV in just a few moments. But Thomas Day, one of the very few men left on the FSW roster from when FSW used to regularly run this building, the Silver Nugget here in Las Vegas, is set for singles competition. And tonight we got a stacked card. Hammerstone, Brian Cage, TJP.
Well, and don't forget the return, the home
And his opponent,
Killer Cross.
fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, he is the 2021 Rookie of the Year, the Harpy, Nick Sander!
Nick Sander is a young man who has won over a big part of the FSW fan base in his rookie year, being crowned the 2021 Rookie of the Year by defeating Brett the Threat at our last FSW Arena event on January 14th. It's an achievement he should be proud of, but tonight he's got to go one-on-one with a former FSW No Limits champion, Thomas Day. Maybe his stiffest singles match to date.
This is a young man on the rise, taking over the FSW world by storm, but staying in his way. Like you said, is Thomas Day. Thomas is a man who is not going to be taken lightly. Wants to come out here on these matches in the pre-show. You want to prove yourself not only to the FSW faithful, but to the FSW front office that you want to be on the main show. This is going to be a good match.
Yeah, Nick Xander planning to climb the ladder. Step by step is the way he's willing to do it. It's why he's won over so many of the more tenured members of the FSW locker room. It's with his hard work. It's with his willing to put in the time, and it's his willingness to step up to greater competition.
And you talk about you wanting to win over a locker room. I go by the term work speaks, and inside that wrestling ring, your work, your ability to wrestle, that speaks more volumes, more loudly than anything you could ever articulate with your words.
And once again, we'll be going live on FITE TV in just a few moments. Killer Kross is homecoming, and he's taking on one of the baddest dudes on the planet, Jacob Fatu. First time these two have hooked up in several years. That one is going to be a classic. It's going to be hard-hitting, and someone's going to get hurt.
Yeah, last time you guys were together, they were both young in the business, hadn't really been around. Now, after several years, oh, look at this, here we go.
Nice little sunset flip. Nick Xander dodges, rolls him up here. Both men trying to win it very quickly, by surprise here.
Nice arm drag. Oh, arm drag back.
And a nice monkey flip out of Thomas Day. And if you want to see Nick Xander's rise, if you want to see Killer Kross's rise through FSW, this weekend only, the FSW Network, use the promo code Mecca and get 20% off your first month as a subscriber. And that's FSWNetwork.com.
Look at those shotgun kicks here in the corner.
Like I said, Thomas Day returned to FSW last year with a new attitude. Fans took to him after years of him just being basically repulsive. But Nick Xander's one of those guys.
Wow.
Cut off at the pass by Thomas Day.
We saw Xander lining up to take off, and no.
And the last time we saw Thomas Day, he was diving off the top of a cage.
Oh, wow.
Not a man afraid to take risks. Maybe he's trying to deflower the perfect record of Nick Xander in 2022.
Oh, Thomas Day working the leg now. Good work on him. Break down your opponent. Take away his assets. This is a really good, strong strategy.
Yeah, even if it won't get you a submission, but he reverses it. Most sure at least. What is Thomas Day going to do from here? Tying up the legs from behind.
You see the pace of this match has slowed down a little bit. Now it's more manipulating joints and parts of the body.
In a bow and arrow, that works over your back, that works over the joints of your knee. Xander dodged one, but he gets cut off.
That's called the kitchen sink right there. When you throw that knee in the lower belly, it's called the kitchen sink because I'm throwing everything at you, including the kitchen sink.
I mean, if it hits you hard enough, you might have to evacuate the faucet, too.
And that's not a good thing.
And here comes Xander from behind. Nick Xander one day would love to be on a Mecca card, and getting wins over men like Thomas Day will do that. Fisherman's Buster!
Cover!
And once again, we go live in just a few minutes on FITE TV. As we mentioned, Killer Kross is homecoming, one-on-one with Jacob Fatu, Hammerstone, Brian Cage, TJP, three-way matchup.
Oh, Xander went for the big springboard dropkick. Nobody home.
Nobody home for that, but you should be home watching on FITE. La Maestro looks like he's setting up for it.
Yeah, I saw. Apparently namaste, La Maestro.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute, though. Oh! Nick Xander trapped the arm, countered, and gets that win.
So would that be a namaste straw cradle?
Namaste straw.
What a shocking victory right there. That's a huge win.
Nick Xander has been looking for that signature victory to try and propel him up the ranks of the FSW standings, put him in contendership for one of our 3 singles championships he'll be eligible for. And I think a victory over a former no limits champion like Doomsday